Okay, good afternoon. Like I said, this is I titled it just a live stream, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Not really having any plan in mind. Uh, Kind of wanting to see if anybody comes on. Don't know since it's not planned, and I've kind of upset a few people, so I don't know what'll happen. So I'm just giving it a try, coming on. I have said I'm not going to be doing a morning brew until the 13th, and I'm not. Um, and I know that there are a lot of people who probably are upset that I'm not, and I'm sorry about that. I'm going to be honest. I'm doing what I need to do for me. Um, because, to be quite honest, uh, yeah, I needed to do it for me. Um, it had gotten to the point where morning brew was really something I dreaded every morning. It stopped being fun. And while I'm kind of reflecting on some things, thinking about some stuff, um, I'm not sure where I stand. I'm really not. Um, and I see somebody came in, gave a downvote, and decided to leave, which is unfortunate because they could have actually probably helped. But you know what? That's fine. I don't care. Um, it's funny because I went ahead. I did a rant video. I was planning on doing another one today, and I haven't done it yet. Um, and I'm sorry, Yvette. I'm not meaning to ignore you. Good evening to you. Um, and so, unlike other live streams where I have to try to figure out what to say, um, this time it's just kind of coming off however the hell I want to say it, whatever I want to say, when. Um, and I'm not really sure what to talk about. Um, I don't even know if anybody's really going to watch or or what. Um, I've had people say negative things. I've had people say positive things, and uh, hello, Eastland Urkelder. So far, my day has been rather. I don't know. I don't know. And I was talking with somebody whose opinion I value greatly, and I do plan on continuing to go on others' live streams, like I have been doing. Um, but I'm not sure what to do on my channel. I'm not. Um, the everybody says that they love the morning brew, or it's something that they really enjoy doing. And I'm gonna be quite honest, I didn't. I did it first. Um, and Easton says you should do this thing the way you like. Uh, your money and time invested in doing it, and do not need what? Do not enjoy it. You should stop. You need, you need to take a break or go weekly. Well, here's the thing. Would anybody still watch? Or have I already pissed off enough people um, that they won't come? And Eastman says, yes, they show up like party goers, and you are the host, and you clean up. Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. Like with most of my uh, morning streams, there are more people in the chat than there are now. Of course, at that point, I don't know what the hell to say. So yeah, I throw out the link, and unfortunately, there tends to be the same few people that come up. And when it started out, more people were coming up, and I wanted that. It was that variety that I wanted. I wanted to have, you know, different people on. I don't want the same people on every day. You know, quite honestly, as much as I like talking to Bird, to Professor Brady Specs, to whoever else, I don't want to have the same conversation every day. Nobody wants to watch the same conversation every day. And, what am I supposed to do? Say, hey, go ahead and tweet this out because there's nobody in here? But I almost feel like I have to because there's nobody in here. Uh, and Snortrip, I don't know what the hell that is. I know your feeling. I was trying to run a role playing game yesterday. I felt totally out of it. I think you need to keep plugging away. How do I do that? I mean, I'm not a dynamic speaker. I'm not Birdo Prey 5. I'm not Doomcock. I'm not Orville Nation. I'm not uh, whoever. But Loki, you know, I don't have a great many things to talk about on every topic under the sun. That's not me. I don't I don't know how to do that. And yes, I'm talking about this now, but this is different. This is I don't know. I guess I have a goal in mind, or trying to figure out a goal. Um, I don't know, honestly. Uh, let's see now. Included, not doing most of the work they they and me should have less to say than you. Um, Ethan Burkholder says I'm not able to attend regularly and attend uninterrupted. And see, that's the thing. It doesn't need to be, you know, every day and uninterrupted. Trust me, just having somebody in the chat, posting several messages at a time is good. It counts as interaction. It shows the chat is active. It shows that people are actually talking. And, that's why most of the time I'll look at the chat, and after the first hour, once it drops to a certain number, I kind of decide to quit because it's like chat tends to die. And again, I'm not a dynamic speaker. I don't know how to just start talking about whatever. Um, okay. Uh, so let's see. Your host has to. Okay. Host has to enjoy it, and do not have to do this. I can tell you know how you feel about this in a week or 3 months. You do not need to be a dynamic speaker. People liked hanging out with you. See, that's the thing. Liked. That's the thing I'm wondering. Do they still want to? Now, keeping that from being a space where others bring their fights is hard. Yeah. And hello, Fly Fox Pro. And you said you don't want a what? A something show, and you make rules and enforce, or you just change the topics. Flashbox Pro said, I just ramble on my streams, and sometimes they lose all my energy and fade. Well, see, that's the thing. I'm not a person who can ramble. That's not me. I don't know shit. I don't know what to talk about ever. I mean, why the hell do you think I'll start something and it's like, you know, depending on the day, I'll go 5 minutes. I could go up to 20 minutes, but after that, it's like I throw out the link and I say, okay, well, anyone can come on up type thing. Because it's like, okay, if I don't, then everybody in the chat's going to be mad because I ended the stream and people were still talking, but I didn't have anything to say. So I threw out the link, and I was hoping that people would come in the chat. And yeah, there have been a few times lately, you know, uh, and I don't want to have to set rules. I don't think I should have to, you know. Um, I think the most important rule, really, is respect. I've said several times I don't want to talk about certain topics. And there are people that just, no matter how many times I say it, they don't care. And they'll get mad and say, oh, why are you just leaving me in the basement? Um, because I don't want to bring you up. Because I don't want you to, I put the link out in the chat, and it doesn't necessarily mean I want you up on the panel. That particular person or another particular person. I was getting it into the chat hoping that people would want to come on, and sometimes it was the same people, and unfortunately, some of those people would tend to kind of either take over the show or take over the topic, and it's just like, I'm sorry, I'll be blunt. It's my channel. I should have some say over what's being talked about. I should have some support from the people that are supposed to be on my panel. You know, if there's a topic that's being talked about you don't want to be a part of, don't get on the panel. Stay in the chat, talk in there. If you don't like the topic at all, come back another day or come back in an hour. You know, um, there's no guarantee it's going to be talked about 5 minutes from then, even. Um, um, Easton Burkholder, 1, you are not enjoying it. You are not liking it, so quit, but not on impulse after thought. You might find a way to make it work for you. You owe them and me very close to nothing. Well, see, that's the thing, Eastland. There have been people who have come here every day. And a lot of times I don't even know who's in the chat because most people won't talk. There'll be the same 3 or 4 people in chat and the same, another 3 or 4 people on the panel. Well, if you add up the numbers, you get 3 in chat, 3 on the panel, that's 6 people. But right now there are 12 in the chat. So, I'm not going to sing a song, do a dance, whatever, because that's not me. And to be quite honest, I don't know what people want. I really don't. And Eastland Burkholder. Okay, let's go with Mr. Blondell. Bear in mind that you are the moderator and the conversation is what you want it to be. Okay. Yeah, except the problem is there are people that won't listen to me. They don't like when I have to yell. They don't like when I have to swear because nobody's listening to me. I would rather just talk like I'm doing now. But most of the time, I don't know. And Eastland Burkholder, you sounded me too worried about people being mad at you, and you just said you do not want to set rules, but you or someone else has to set and reinforce rules. You or someone else has to referee. Yvette, that's your right to do, and I agree that not letting certain individuals that can take over the show on is a good thing. And just another red shirt. Hello, I haven't talked to you in a while. That says hello, red shirt. He still says, like, if you invited us to play soccer and people started to trash the field, you have to be firm and say no, uh, whatever, on the field, as real as as, as real as a green field. And just another says hello to Yvette. He says you don't have to read what I typed. It's implied in every typed message, and I get it. Lots of people want to grab the microphone you bought. Reliable moderators help, but at this stage of a channel, reliable moderators usually do not exist. He said you have to include other people in your live streams. Me, I do. I'm not one who's usually able to start talking and keep a conversation going. Okay, I started the morning brew specifically because I wanted it to be a friendly atmosphere. I wanted it to be something, okay, and I'm sorry, people are going to get mad at me. I don't care at this point. I really don't. Months ago, Life with Matthew started a channel, well, his live stream, and called it the Virtual Pub. And would start out, and he'd say, a little bit, and then he'd open the lines. And then the format changed, and it stopped being as fun. It went from opening up after 10 minutes to opening up after an hour. And then there was a set topic. And it almost felt like there's no deviating from that topic. Otherwise, it's, okay, well, bye type of thing. And I'm not a dynamic personality. I don't know what to say, what to do. Okay? That's not me. So, yes, I have to include other people in my live streams. In fact, the other day, I had no idea what to say at all. Then somebody popped in the chat, and it was fine because somebody else was up there. I was doing all the talking at that point for at least 10 minutes. But somebody else was on the panel that if I didn't know what to say or know what to do, they could have spoken up and said something. But I didn't need them to, but they were there. Mr. Lundell says, all you have to do is set the rules. Sometimes you have to be a dick. Then so be it. It's your channel. He's the work holder. And persons do not respect each other. My question is continue. And Fluggerville, hello people. Games, movies, and comics are us. I'm okay, I guess, so far. Uh, these work holders, you're getting mad at a turning corner to getting into a workable format, or is saying your energy and effort is better spent elsewhere, then that is the real question. I think I could be wrong. And games, movies, and comics are us. Yeah, if you're going back on panels. Why? Really? Why do you? Oh, Eastland Burkholder, are you being too perfectionist? Yes. Are you being too perfectionist and thinking that every show must meet a standard every will not meet? Yes. Yes, I am. Absolutely. I expect a certain standard. Uh, and uh, thank you, Games, Movies, and Comics R Us. Uh, yes, please do check out that video. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to him. I strongly encourage it. Um, and okay, here's my question: how do I try to get people to engage in conversation in the chat without having to um, throw out the link and say, "Come on up," because I don't know what the fuck to do now. Um, Eastland says the last three questions I typed is the heart of the issue, and it should be 89 to 98% of the decision. My opinion, others and you especially can disagree. Um, Lord. Okay. I'm not sure I know the last three questions you asked. I know the last one, as far as being perfectionistic. But um, as far as that, you know, yeah, you're right. It is my channel. And I don't know what to do. I've said before, I want to make edited content. I know how to do part of it and don't know how to do the rest and don't want to hear criticism. And there have been people that have, I felt, done nothing but criticize me, both publicly and privately. And I don't know. Uh, and games, movies, and comics for us. Thanks. You're one of my best online friends. I will engage in the chat conversations. Thank you. Uh, last thing has to do with last thing has to feel worth the effort to you. And I don't know if it is. I really don't. And games, movies, and comics or else I won't criticize you, man. I think you're great just as you are. Ethan Burkholder, odd suggestion, developed an alter ego that acts as a policeman or paid whatever. Let me see if I can read that better now. Oh, to pay bastard. Okay, to enforce the rules, special satellite flag on field. Okay. Okay. Switch to just doing content I enjoy. Sometimes that helps to. I used to try to do what everyone else said I should, and don't do that anymore. I'm happier. Uh, that says the first question is, do you want to continue? The second, if you do, then do you still want to do the morning brew or mix it up a bit? Uh, we need you to be okay. What I do not know is a second. We need you to be okay. What I do not know is if that is your tip hurt feelings or a situation that will not feel better later. And maybe you just do not know either. Uh, Short format makes uh, tact me hard. Islam, that one does not make sense to me. The tact me hard. I don't get that. Uh, what I mean by mixing it up is maybe do a morning brew every other day, and the days that aren't the brew, pick some of your favorite topics, list them out. Uh, Eastern, Eastern Burkholder restaurants. Person would say you should make and sell this. They would not buy it from us, so you cannot trust suggestions. Okay, let me put it to you this way. What I'm asking, or have asked, for suggestions. That wasn't because, oh, okay, I'm going to follow every suggestion made because I'll be honest, that is never going to happen. I mean, there may be shows, let's say, okay, let's say I say I want to watch some different shows and I ask for some ideas. Well, I'll tell you what I have right now. I have Amazon Prime and I have Disney Plus. I have no way of watching anything else that is not on Amazon Prime or Disney Plus. So if you tell me to watch a Netflix show or um, HBO Max or whatever, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what the service is. If it isn't on Amazon Prime, if it isn't on Disney Plus, I can't watch it. So anything that isn't on those automatically out the door because there's no point. I don't have every streaming service, and I'm not going to say, "Oh, hey, I want you to support the channel so I can buy streaming services out the ass." Yeah, sorry, people need money for other shit than that. That's first of all, that's not me. Second of all, that'd be extremely selfish. Now, if somebody said, "Hey, I have this service, maybe we could watch it together," I say, "Okay, we'll set up a private stream yard. I'll do that, and then we can watch it together." I'd be fine with that. Um, but I don't have the ability to watch anything else. Unless it's on cable TV. No. Um, and let's see here. And Kiwi Chow. Hey, what's going on? I'm just having a heart to heart right now. It's just being very okay. He's Lynn Burkholder. I find it hard to be tactful and really clear typing in short answer format. Okay, let me make it simple. Unless you're on a phone, you're not limited. Well, you are limited somewhat, but you can still send the next message, and continue on. Um, so you don't necessarily have to have a short answer format. Um, okay. What are your 5 favorite movies? Okay, that's something I could talk about easily. Probably I'll save that for a special thing on its own. Easton says you must like the format and topic, and that way one person, you the host, like it and hope it makes it worth for you. Keely says Buffy the Vampire Slayer is on Amazon Prime. Cool. I haven't seen that in years. Um, Yvette. So topics don't have to be current. Topics are what you love to talk about, and for me, stick me in front of a camera and I can talk about Doctor Who, Supernatural, quantum physics, to name a few. So, what do you love to talk about? Ah, that's the problem. I don't love to talk. Okay, I like to be a part of conversation. That's part of the reason why I wanted this to be a more open discussion. I wanted it to be different people on. I wanted to have Yvette on one day and King Chow on another day and Gay Movies and Comics or Us on another day, and you know, uh, have other people that fill in on other days. Maybe Bird on certain days. You know, just another red shirt on once in a while. You know, uh, nothing. Nothing. It doesn't have to be a set topic. I don't think. I think it. For me, it's easier to have somebody else on with me because I can go ahead and continue talking. And if I need somebody else, I can just say, hey, I got to go for a second. Can you help take over? Like with the screaming here. I got to keep going because there's nobody else to rely on. I can't say, hey, wait 2 minutes while I mute and take care of the situation because nobody's going to be listening. That'd be boring as hell. Uh, let's see here. Eastland Burkholder. I watched lots of old TV and movies. Someone not find that worthwhile and they will not support the channel. Well, that's their choice. And that says, what topics do you love that you would like a panel with? I don't know. um, and so, what brought on the name change, Dee Dee Myers? Just out of curiosity, because I happened to see that before. Um, and Merkel says, nearly impossible. So you're underestimating how hard it is and judging yourself unfairly. Yes. And I don't think people understand. I'm not the dynamic personality. I'm not the one to go out and uh, do the juggling and do the ringmaster work. You know, and Captain said, something I came up with Weekend was trying to be creative with it. Actually, I like that. The Catman, aka Dee Dee Myers. So, okay, how many cats? And it's like, are you judging yourself unfairly and too harshly? Yes. Are you just getting cooperation enough? Just not getting cooperation enough from others? Because that's two issues, and those two issues have two different solutions. And hello, PCAT. Um, and as far as the cooperation of others, I can't I can't expect that. Nobody has an obligation to come here. And hello, Crimson Mist. And Catman, aka D.D. Myers. 6. Not sure what the 6 is in reference to, but okay. Jason Burkholder yelling now to show the importance of what I type next. You being you is authentic and appealing. And you saying I'm not worth this is wrong thinking. Okay, I'm not going to argue that. And hi, Dave. G Sound. Hey, Crimson Mist. And hey, PCAT. Easton Burkholder. Once they do show up, they have an obligation to follow the rules and suggestions. Try to be positive. Pete's in the community, however, some just want to use your mic and want to continue. Oh, 6 cat. Sorry, I'm sorry. Sorry, my brain is off right now. Bird of Prey 5. Heather Kirk, Kevin Drake. Unfortunately, I have a doctor's appointment in a few, but padding through. Thank you, Bird. Oh, drop food on the carpet and let you clean up. Yeah, that's what it feels like sometimes, quite honestly. And I don't know, you know. I'll just ask right now. I've already talked about and mentioned that the morning brew would be off until at least the 13th. So my question is, do you think people want it? I mean, really, do you think people want it to be on? And if so, how often? Should I go back to being on, 6 days a week? Or should I cut back? Or should I quit? Or what? Should I just move on to something else? Or should I just stop doing anything on my own channel? And of course, Roberto Prey 5 says, of course, people want the morning brew. And Bird, I'm going to tell you what I've said before. I think more people are here for you than they are for me. Okay, PCAT says don't quit. Okay. I really need something to drink. Of course, now that I'm not doing anything with somebody else, it makes it a big ass pain in the neck. I can't just go off and get something to drink. He's in Barkholder. Then by the 13th, you can get like-minded moderators to help you Lived up the side of the barn. Ever see a barn building? I've seen videos of it, not actually in person. Kitty Matter says, try going 5 days and see how it goes. I love the morning brew. I am here for you, Captain Trek. And yes, Crimson Mist, I appreciate that you do come on when you can. I appreciate that. Mr. Lundell says, you're not allowing yourself to find your voice in doing this. Okay, what do you mean? I mean, other than a catchphrase of, find your voice. What the hell does that mean, really? Ethan Burkholder, I do not care if kids yell or dogs bark or microphones are not top quality. And uh, in a bath building, more than one person pushes. A bar building. And they, God damn it. Of course, crying and having other issues going on at the same time doesn't help with needing a drink. Uh, Eastland Burkholder, you seem to think you have to be eloquent over something. I could start that from your mind. Yes, I do. Quite honestly. My belief has always been it needs to be rather eloquent and dynamic, which sorry. Sorry about that. Um, yes. Look at the YouTube personality. If you signed up, because the YouTube personalities, when you listen or watch their channel, you expect certain th- things from them, personality wise. Yeah. Crimson Miss, yesterday I did an Easter special and only had 3 listeners in the chat. Damn it. Oh, shit. It was one morning I didn't even think to check. I'd forgotten about it. I'm sorry. That was my fault. I should have been there. Um, And Eastland Burkholder kept track of places. Screamy Kids, this and that. And if you want, you can come over. Must be 1, 2, 3. All these terms you can handle this. If you continue, like when people say continue. Oh, becomes your voice over time. What becomes my voice over time? I don't know. I would have cleaned up, but somewhat early. Early channels are sometimes less professional. That is reality. Well, yeah, it's part of the reason I went on early. Is quite honestly, this is not professional. It's never going to be professional. Um, and I'm just glad that you have archives, Crimson Mist. That would be good to at least be able to check. um, just glad. It's funny. I'm having a easier time with people in the chat. I'm not having. I don't even have anybody on the panel. Just me. I guess that is what. And yes, Crimson Mist show is on a different platform. Um, and please, you are always welcome to. Excuse me. Send a link so that others may check it out. Crimson Mist. Uh, okay. Uh, big question is it worth your time? And after you're calmer, you decide that. I love being here, but someone has to gather folks of a community and regulate everything. You enjoy doing whatever you do. And and yeah, Ethan Burkholder said everybody hits the like button an odd number of times. Yeah, that would be a good thing. That would be a good thing. I guess my question is, I don't know. Um, Obviously, people still want the morning brew. I hope. Um, I will say that there have been a couple people that have already said that they're not coming back, and that's fine. Um, no, it's not. It kind of bothers me, and but I have no control over it. And hello, Jester Sin. This is not exactly the liveliest stream I've ever done. In fact, it's been kind of downright depressing. Um, or at least melancholy. Um, and quite honestly, I don't even know if anybody wants to come on. Most of the time I have the morning brew. It's the same people that come on. And that's part of part of my problem. You know, like I said, everybody likes to see Bird, but when the rest of the panel is the same every day, it's just like, okay, so what? I'd like to have a few extra people to come on. You know, Like you may only be able to come on one day a week or 2 days or whatever. Uh, he's still Perk holder. I will pretend to insult you, and you can just invite me to this stream if that will cheer you up. I'm teasing you. No, I'm not mad, but you might need to practice being rude to rude people. Here's the problem. How rude is too rude? Because there are certain people that, I'll be blunt, um, don't know when to shut up. They'll get on, they'll start talking. I've gotten to the point I've tried to interrupt, nothing. And I've even had times where I've gotten up and walked off for 5 minutes because there was no point because they weren't listening to me anyhow, and I wouldn't be even heard. And Mr. Lundell says, maybe your panel being the same is what makes your channel a success. Well, then I want it less successful? I don't know. I I'm sorry. I don't want to see Balance of Terror every day, day in, day out, for months. It would become boring. Dee Meyer says I'll be able to come on when I get the computer. It's hard streaming for a cell phone. That's why I don't get on. Hoping to have a computer in the next couple of months, waiting on the money to come. And yes, go to the website that Crimson Mist put in, mixler.com/radio confluence. Yvette says practicing different scenarios is a great idea. Like what? What different scenarios? Eastland Burkholder. Yes, and if they take over, they do not let others talk, and you must eject them. Okay, so how do I do that and not come off as an asshole? Because there's one particular person, and I'm not naming any names, that will get upset that I did something. Because I wasn't polite, didn't give them another chance. um, and Mr. Lundell, if someone is talking too much and not allowing us to have their say, there's always the mute button. Unfortunately, the mute button has a problem. If I mute, let's put it this way, Mr. Lundell, if I bring you on and you're on and you're talking and whatever, and I mute you, you can unmute yourself. If you mute yourself, I can't unmute you. I have to wait for you to do it yourself. And Eastland Burkholder says going off until the 13th will give you time to see how you feel about this. Yeah, that's why I did it. It's missed any good host would know when to mute a guest, at least on their phone. Yeah, you're right. And I'm going to have to take over or directly and just outright mute. And if they don't listen, remove them from the studio. And, whoever can be damned, because I'm not going to, okay, how about this? Yvette would never take over. So I'm not going to let Yvette take over my channel. Okay, let's see now. Mute button and a funny sound like some channels use. Well, let me put it to you this way. I already have a plan in place for when something happens. Then I'm going to go ahead and tell you about it. I have plans on doing other rant videos in the future. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell people, okay, be quiet. I'm going to get ready and start this. I'm going to play the intro. I'm going to do my little rant. And in fact, I may just have to get rid of everybody out of the off the panel. If I have anybody on the panel at that point, I just move them backstage, do my rant, play the exit music, at which point I'll bring the people back on. That way I'll have had my say and they won't be interrupting. Uh, Finally, okay. Finally asked the right question. You must sometimes be the asshole or hire an asshole, not get to keep the channel cap. You sometimes have to be the asshole. Uh, yeah. Well, I'm got tired of hearing from certain people that I was wrong for what I did, blah 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 blah. And quite honestly, I don't want to be rude, but if somebody is interrupting me, keeping me from doing uh, anything, and they're not listening, um, I think I have the right to remove them simply because they're not listening. I'm sorry. Somebody comes in my house, puts their feet on the coffee table. I have every right to ask them, first of all, to remove their feet. If they don't, I'll ask again. After that, get out. If they don't get up and leave, forcibly remove them myself. That's the last resort. I don't want to be kicking people right off the bat. It's just, this is reset that sounds professional. We have to move people out. Yeah, Mr. Liddell, just a second. Mr. Liddell, sounds like a good idea. That could be one way of steering the conversation in the direction you want. If Ed agrees, and Crimson Mist agrees with Mr. Liddell on that. Ethan Burkholder, some soft-spoken bosses I have. I'll have to be an asshole. I'll have an asshole an assistant if you let no shoes on the wet carpet. Yeah. Could be nice until it's time to not be nice. Ethan Burkholder, you do not know how you will feel in 3 days. You might be feeling strong and good about this. setting boundaries, nothing opens up boundaries. And Dave G. Sound, it's good to see you, Cap. Thank you. And the Jester of Sins says, I thought the rule was your channel, your rules. Well, that's typically the case. And I'm just going to have to basically not only enforce that, but tell people who don't like my rules that they can, well, how can I say it nicely? I don't necessarily want to say they can shove it up their ass, but that's exactly what I want to say. Maybe not those words, but maybe if that could give me a better idea. Maybe different language to use other than that. So, you know, okay, let me do this now. Since at this point it seems obvious I will not be able to just talk by myself. Holy shit, it's an hour and 18 minutes in. Okay, well, I proved something. I was able to talk over an hour. Granted, it took pauses, but now I'll open it up. And we can talk about this topic, or we can change to a different topic. And you're right. And maybe rather than listing them, I need to do a video on them. That way I can say, here's a video, you know? Here are the rules, here they are. Here's what I expect, and this is it. And for some reason I have this tab muted and I'm not hearing anything. Okay, Yvette. And
hello, Trek.
Hello.
Hey, Captain. Hey,
Hey.
Yvette.
Hey, Crimson, how are you?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm great.
So what were you thinking, Yvette?
Well, I've actually bobbed on to say I've got to go to bed in a minute, but I think a few ideas that others have come up with is certainly something we can work on while you're off. Practicing certain scenarios, and like you said, stick it up your ass. Let's find another way of doing it. So that's something we can certainly work into, and that's all good, you know, practicing everything that is bothering you and playing out scenarios. It's certainly something they've given me some ideas now as well. So I just wanted to encourage what I'd offered, to you.
I appreciate that, and I accept.
Yeah,
We just need to find time to actually do that.
yep, absolutely. But I'll make the time, I'll make the time available no matter what's needed for it. So, and I didn't want to leave and just say, oh, I've got to go to bed. Unfortunately, I do have to go to sleep. But,
Absolutely, I understand.
but certainly, Eastland Scott certainly pointed out some great ideas, and Mr. Londell, and something I hadn't thought of, uh, practicing scenarios and the way you want to put it, but then having a backup that is still you and not stick it up your ass, or
Right.
my favorite saying, yeah, the Dalek butt plug will come out, you know. And, catchphrases like that for you. I'm sure several people in the chat could come up with some catchphrases for you over thinking about it over the next few days, guys. Let's find some catchphrases for Captain Trek, because it is fun, because we love you the way you are, and we all come back because we enjoy listening to you. And whether I'm on, whether anyone else is on, yes, you get the same people a lot, but people come and go. They do. I mean, it's the nature of the beast, isn't it, with YouTube? So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you might lose a few. Personally, the ones you're going to lose, I don't think many people will miss anyway, generally. And the people that are here listening, liking, I mean, I looked about 10 minutes ago, there were 17 likes. You got one arsehole that wanted to dislike you, so be it. I
True.
bet they feel great about it. And hey ho, they can go to bed feeling superior, and the rest of us can just laugh, going, "You dick." It's just the nature of the beast with anything we do on YouTube. I think Crimson will probably
Yep.
back me up on this.
Yep. Well, I think
Yep.
I totally agree. I mean, you I'm on using somebody else's channel, but that's because it's a community effort, and we keep it clean. We you know we haven't had that many problems, and we've had drama years ago, but that seemed to be drawn away because we got rid of some people left.
Mhm.
But I your channel is your home, and if people are going to be rude or disrespectful, then you need to kick them to the curb, because you know what, that's not what you want, and they need to respect you, and you
Yeah.
because it's your channel, it's your name on it.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely agree.
And you know what?
And
Oh, go ahead.
no, please continue, Crimson. I was
Oh,
just
I lost my
agreeing
train
with
of
you.
thought. I
Kick
lost
them
my
to
train
the
of thought
curb
here.
was the last thing you said.
Yeah.
Kick them to the curb.
That usually involves women, but that's a different story.
Okay.
but but that but the principle applies. You may lose some friends, but if if they if they're good friends, and you had to be like have to be hard on them, well, then they need to learn, they need to understand. And I think that's something that we're losing as a culture, is this we people feel more self-entitled because, oh, I'm on this YouTube channel, I'm talk going to just treat it like my own and just do whatever I want and to hell with anybody. And people lose sight of we have to be we have to treat each other with respect and everything, and that goes for social media as well as the real world beyond this platform.
Yeah.
Yeah, completely agree. And people that don't respect you, Captain, on your own channel don't have a place on a panel.
Hmm.
Personally, I don't have a place in the chat either, but
Yep.
the chat's there anyway.
And you
And
have a-
got
and
moderators. Sorry,
hmm
Crimson.
yep, and
Go
people,
on.
if you trust some moderators there to enforce that end, then you're good on that end. As
Yeah,
for what's on the panel, that that's on you. That's something you will need to be mindful of going forward. All
definitely.
right. I hope I I hope I didn't say anything that's upsetting.
No, not at all. I
Okay.
appreciate that.
I think the majority of people in the chat at the moment are of the same mindset here. It's we want you to do what makes you happy. You don't know what that is at the moment. Um, yourself, which is hard. Suggestions can be thrown at you left, right, and centre, and you're still not sure, which is fine because you're trying. You want to mix it up a little bit, get different people on. I get exactly what you're saying. The community is built of all of us, so you're going to get similar people on, but by mixing it up a little bit and not just letting anyone that pops in the backstage on just for the sake of having them on, isn't that the people have to learn that you know I want to talk about this today. I'm a huge fan of Star Trek the original series. I'd like to have a conversation about this today. Anyone that'd like to come up and talk about this conversation, um give me your thoughts on your favorite episodes or which ones you didn't like. What about the technology within the original series and how things were done? There are so many different scenarios that we can work on. And if you've got someone that's just constantly talking and talking and talking and talking and talking, like I do, we can work on how we can politely ask them to shut the fuck up, or we work on building up a scenario of polite to just get the hell off my panel sort of thing. You know, these are all things we can incorporate into it, and you've got to be happy with what you're doing, and that's what everyone wants. It's your channel. You should do what you want. Now, I know you don't know what you want at the moment, but I think solving a few of the issues will give you better focus on what you do want, and they will start coming to you,
Hmm.
ideas. And I'll stop waffling again. My apologies.
No, you are sounding brilliant there, Yvette. You really
Oh,
are.
it's very unusual at this time of night. Usually,
you you bring clarity. You have clarity to the situation.
I try to look at it from an outside of the box point of view
Yeah.
because, well, that's what I do for a living. So I certainly think different ways of approaching things and testing them out um, is a very good way. And as a scientist, that's exactly how I approach most things in life. You know, I think I've been call cold and calculated occasionally. Yeah, probably have been when I'm being serious. And but I find it, if you can focus on solving initial problems, then ideas and strengths follow easier because you've solved the things that are bugging you, annoying you, distracting you from what you're wanting, which at the moment we know you're not sure about, but that may change if we can solve the things that are bothering you first. So, as I said, we will do this, both of us, and work on it. And certainly the chat has given me some great ideas now to run past you. So I'm hoping that will help. And yeah, with the morning brew, I think 5 days a week is. I think everyone should not work more than 5 days a week on anything, because there is only so much. You end up talking about topical stuff that you don't want to talk about because
Right.
there's nothing else to talk about. So you run out of sort of ideas. So where I was saying mixing it up, saying like a morning brew every other day and a topic in between, would mix it up a bit, and you're not having the same conversations every day about the same things. If that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
But again, it's your channel. You do what you want to do, and I will support you as much as I can. So there we go. That's my mouthpiece done. And I hope it helps a bit.
I think I hear the wheels spinning there.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Okay. Yep. Food for thought right there. Yeah, like have one day, make it just like like a Friday purge, and I do that sometimes with my shows. Well, I'll just do something like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna purge all the feelings, get it out, play some loud raucous music, and just rant and rave, and then you can go so that everyone get on with their lives.
Mm.
And probably have that for your panel as well. Let them rant for a bit, and then, but also make sure, I don't know, maybe a timer or something. I don't know. That's another idea too. Because I kind of like.
Yeah,
the,
I've
the
seen
idea that
channels.
Mr. Lundell, kind of what he suggested, kind of reminds me of how Dennis Miller used to do his show on HBO back in the 90s, where he would do a rant and then he follows it up with a guest panel. So that's and I know I've been in enough of these that I get put in the back room when the video starts, and then I'm brought in. So it's and so the bottom line is your channel. It's a blank canvas. You just need to get the foundation, get some ideas, and then work your way forward.
Yeah, excellent advice. Yeah. Okay, so Captain,
Yes.
I'm sorry to leave you. I really am, but you know what time I get up in the mornings.
Yes, I do. You need to go to bed.
I just don't want to leave you, like, I want to make sure you're okay, and I know everyone in the chat's very supportive right now, so I'm happy to go. But we will be having a conversation definitely because I really, really have some ideas now, thanks to a few people in the chat. Certainly, I think will help. So I will love you and leave you. And oh, Crimson, if you hadn't heard, we did announce we were having an affair. Um,
Ooh, tell us
Ooh.
more. Give us all the juicy gossip here. We will.
Oh well,
ah,
no. Anyway,
cyber relations aren't that interesting. At least not to me.
no, well, I'm sorry,
Okay.
Crimson. You already know me, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't say they would be boring, but there you go.
Righto.
Anyway, Captain, sorry, bit of humour before I leave.
Oh, yes.
But I
Oh, I do miss
will
talking to you.
talk as
So
soon as you're ready, and I will hopefully see you when I get up or at
Oh,
some point.
absolutely. Yes.
All right. Take care, and please know 90% of the people out there that watch you love watching you.
Thank you.
We just got to make you understand that you're not what you think you are. It's again, it's a confidence thing as well. I think you don't about talking by yourself. You spent over an hour talking by yourself today. You can do it. You're happy doing it. Had to go tell you to take a drink, but apart from that, it's doable. You just done it. You had something to talk about, something you wanted to talk about, and that just goes to prove you can do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I will see you later, hopefully. And Crimson, great to see you. It's been a while, but it's been good to see you. And,
yep. I hope everything's well with you. We miss you.
yes. Oh, thanks. But yeah, no, I'm great. I'm really good. So don't worry about me. And our two communities cross paths occasionally anyway. So
Yep.
and
Well, that's why they call me the Mist. I just float from one
you
channel
do,
to another.
You
Yep.
do. All right. Well, Captain, take care. And Crimson, again, great to see you. Hope to see you again soon. And everyone in the chat, have a great day if you're over the other side of the pond. And I'm off to Betty Buys because it's late for me. Anyway,
Yes, it is.
Yep.
I'm going to stop talking now and go. Much love, everyone. Bye bye.
Take care.
Yes, thank you again, Yvette.
Yeah. It's good to talk with her.
Yes, it was. I don't know. I'm glad people have decided to join the conversation.
Well, when in doubt, your friends will come. They'll see the beacons when you like them. So just so anyway, as for my show, you didn't miss much. I just played a lot of did a lot of Subgenius stuff and also played some weird music and stuff. But like I said, I'll put it up on the archives sometime this week. I didn't do one on Saturday because I'm doing some spring cleaning, and now I got to get ready for a yard sale. So hopefully I'll get rid of some stuff, and hopefully that'll help facilitate a studio space for me because I really can use a studio right now, especially if I'm going to get on camera one of these days. I got to have something.
Well, yeah, that would be helpful.
Hmm. And some other stuff too. So in Easter, how was it for you?
Um, I just had, you know, my mom fixed lunch and had the family over, and they stayed a little while, and they went home.
Sounds good. Sounds very nice. Yeah, I had it over. We had my family had it over to my father-in-law's to spend Easter with him when we grilled up some hamburgers and just spent some quality time together. Which, by the way, yesterday was the first anniversary of my mother-in-law's death. So
I'm sorry.
it was, yeah, she, it just came on. It was a quick infection, and yeah, and it's been a tough year, especially for my wife. She misses her dearly,
Yeah.
and definitely. But we've been spending enough time with my. Excuse me. Oh, I didn't hit the mute. Shit. Anyway, anyway, we've been spending. Me and the family have been spending more time with him over there, helping him out as much as we can, because he's getting up there in age.
Hmm.
So, and talk to my parents; they're doing okay over in South Carolina, and they've also had a little bit of a death in their family because my on the my brother's in-law side, uh, my niece's mother-in-law just died a few weeks ago, and so they're still in a bit of mourning as well. So, and among and well, I don't want to, I won't diverge anymore. So,
No, I understand.
so, so that's it. That's about it. That's all I have to say. Yeah, unfortunately, my daughters, I don't think she likes spending time with with the in-laws because, well, she feels like they're being very rude to her. Well, of course, she's a teenager, so I don't know what. And that can be hard because she feels like she gets picked on, or and she. But yeah, on the other hand, so she's a teenager, and teenagers they like to drum up the drama.
True.
Yeah, so well, I don't know. You can you can't pick family, but you can pick your friends. And so nothing else I can say on that. Although she did say she likes spending time with my parents than than everybody else. So that's comforting to say the least, because everybody else is on the East Coast, and it's just me and my nephew and my in-laws on the other side here. Oh, and thank you, P Cats. Yeah, thank you for those kind words there. I appreciate that, and
Absolutely. I'm sure that's been difficult to deal with. Anniversaries are always the hardest. I know.
don't mind me, I'm just busy working on some stuff here, trying to prepare for the next year and stuff. Meanwhile, I'm trying to mull some other things too. Like, it looks like we're going on a trip to California to visit a friend there. Probably looking at June, and
Cool.
I'm mulling whether to head over visiting some friends in Minnesota in July for a little get together as well. So, kind of looking iffy right now. So, I don't I don't want to say anything or make any plans at the moment.
Right. You know,
Yeah.
um,
hmm
it'd be nice if you're able to. That would be good. If not, then
Yeah, I would like to do some traveling. I was hoping to do that last year for certain, but then, well, shit happens, you know.
oh yeah.
So, uh, so hopefully, well, I got my shot, so I'm okay. Just some other things too, and I definitely understand. I know how it is trying to find your voice. I'm still trying to find my voice. You know, I kind of like it. Uh, I'm about to go into a little deep deep dive here about me. I hope you don't mind.
No, not at all.
My favorite movie, one of my favorites, is a movie called Pump Up the Volume, and it's about a high school kid who who gets dragged in out west and starts a pirate radio station, and he adopts this persona called Happy Harry Hawthorne,
Mm.
and he's kind of a rebel rouser, and it's because his dad works for the school district, and he gets this insider knowledge about what the goings on in his high school. But he always has a synthesizer or like a voice changer, so that way he hides his voice. And then he breaks down and say, "I have a little thing. I know a guy. I got a letter from a guy who can't talk." And he said, and then what he means is he can't talk to anybody, like a person. He's very shy and not, very reserved. And he was talking about himself because he's got this persona where he can be himself, but in real life he's very meekish. He's, you know, like many of us at that age, me included.
Hmm.
And so I'm, and so try. It's kind of hard for me to talk about myself because you're exposing yourself. You know, you're letting people opening yourself be more vulnerable,
Yeah.
and that's very scary.
Hmm.
I
It
sometimes have a
is.
hard time with that, even with people in my family and even my wife, to because I'm afraid I might say something that might offend them or upset them, and I'm afraid of loss.
Yeah.
And and one reason I don't I've been kind of distancing myself from a lot of channels, a lot of participation is because I get so upset sometimes, and then I just gotta step away and because uh, I take I take things personally, but now I have to sometimes I gotta remember not to take this stuff too seriously.
Yeah.
Just like my daughter, I she needs I need to let her know, don't take what they say for seriously. Just sometimes they're kidding and they're just kidding around, but they still love you. But sometimes they can be jerks too, you know. So, uh, so that's my testimony for today.
I'm glad
But
you were.
anyway, yes, you know, my point is you definitely need to find a voice and you need to make it loud and proud. And let and people need to let people know that, I'm a human being. I count for something. You know, we all deserve courtesy, respect, or even indifference, because at least it's better than the hate spill that we get every day.
Yeah.
So, you know, we'll my wife said that we're all here to learn something. And
Hmm.
maybe that's what people like you and I need to learn to find our voices and
Very.
and try not to be afraid. Oh, that feels better. Okay, I have to levity. We gotta get some levity here. Okay,
Oh, that was much better. Thank you.
all right. Well, I don't know if anybody else wants to come up here and spill their guts. I forgot my broadsword. Otherwise, I'd help. Okay.
Oh, we got a few people in the chat that are talking.
Yeah, we got Hunky Chunky Funky Monkey. Took a
That's
while
right.
to find my voice. Now I see there go. Ooh, or dude. Well, whatever works.
So let's see here. There are 17 people in the chat and 4 people talking. Cool. Cool.
Yep.
Oh,
Eastland Burkholder. We each have different challenges because we have different personalities. You saying no means no might be Captain's challenge. Yep. Yeah. No is a very powerful word, and that's something that a lot of people need to learn to use.
Jesterson, you are welcome on here. And trust me, there's always a way to try and boost sound. That's not an issue. And if you can't be heard, at least you will have tried.
And then he follows it up with, "I've only a terrible mic. You never hear me." So, hmm, well, that's as long as it works.
Yeah, I mean, Kronos claims to not have a mic in his cell phone.
And I'm speaking on my earbuds too, which, oh,
So, okay, Jester said, I know you're a lurker. What about everybody else? I know NB's not a lurker. Um, what, like I said, we got, let's see here. Let me look now. 17 people in the chat, 4 people in chat talking. Crimson Mist is currently away. So that still leaves another 10 people in chat. If you're more than welcome to, speak up in chat or see about coming on if you want to. It's up to you. And let's see here. I wonder when Bird's going to be on. And Random Menace, not a lurker per se, only doing a million things at the moment. That's funny because you've been busy quite often lately. I hope things are not. I hope things are okay. But as now, it's lemons 99 or 999.998 cat things and one Wi-Fi bet. Birds live in 32 minutes. That's cool. And let me check real quick on something. PCAT, if you will be so kind as to put the link into the chat for Birdstream, because I don't feel like looking it up. I'll be honest. Let's see, Random Menace. Had my mom and my little niece over since Thursday. Was busy. Is the best way. Well, no, not in the best way, because in the best way you'd be in bed alone with your wife. So that would be the best way. Do you not agree, Joseph? And let's see here. Okay, PCAT, thank you for the link. I'll go ahead and open that up. And for those of you who haven't already, go ahead, go to birdopray5.com. Scroll down and you can submit your own Dear Bob letters. Yeah, I suggest at least 2 or 3 if you haven't yet submitted one. And hello, 47 Yorktown. I figured you were busy. Random minutes. Okay. In a good way, the best way would indeed be with the wife. See? I knew I was right. Yes, in a good way. You were busy. Not in the best way. Now I just have to get a recording of Joseph saying I was right. And let's see, East Pleasant Burkholder. The funniest part is my my sister's me telling a likely future engineer nephew that always he and I care if the math is right because he was trying too hard to figure to get the math right. Yeah. And it was too funny with squirmy kids and the interruptions and him doing the math and double checking it. And let's see here. Well, let's see here. Unfortunately, it seems that Crimson Mist is currently busy, and Bed Life is going to start in approximately 25 minutes. Uh, Go ahead, go on over to the stream. I'll put the link back in the chat. Go on over there. Spam Bird. Tell him Cap sent you. Tell him that you call him Lato Pray 5. Just call him anything you want. Uh, yeah, go on over there. Send him messages. Let's make sure he's busy for at least a half hour before he can start anything.
I'm back.
Cool.
Did I miss anything?
Not really.
Okay.
Not really.
So what were you talking about?
Oh, just some. Let's see here now. Let's see here. Bird Prey says no spam bird. But thank you, Captain Trek. Oh yes, absolutely. Go over to Birdstream and spam the chat with the most friendly spam of all. You know, say you love Momo Prey, say Hail on Kuroga, say Dear Bop,
Well,
anything else.
playing Captain. Hashtag playing Captain.
Oh yes, and the most important one of all, Cap sent me. Say that in the chat.
Or we want have Bird of Prey watch Crystal Skull.
Oh my! I'm gonna be nice to Bird for now.
Okay. Well, that's okay. You can't.
It's
I'm just gonna josh him a bit from time to time.
I'm not going to discourage anyone, but I will not be overtly encouraging that either. But you know, people will do what they feel is best.
Right.
And 47 Yorktown. Hashtag lots of spam for Bird. And the hunky chunky funky monkey. Hail alpacas. Agreed. And by Eastland Burkholder, it's been very nice having you on. Oh yes, and that's the other one. Everyone in
Oh,
chat that goes over there, ask for Solar Babies to be the movie.
oh boy. Yeah, I remember that movie. Ugh. Bring on the pain. That's what I say. That's just coming from me. But and that's all I'm gonna say.
Absolutely. Oh. Yeah, I think on that note, go ahead, go on over to Bird Stream. Relax, enjoy, you know, have some fun. Send him a few messages. And on that note, thank you for coming.
Thank you
And
for.
I'm going to test out one of the things I have.
Mm-hmm.
I can't find it real quick. And here we go.